Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and we're back again talking about some more Ripperverse detractors. We got some very interesting things to go over, as well as we have something going on. Apparently, Gary from Nerdrotic got a video taken down, which the video got brought back up, which is unfortunate for the haters because apparently they're putting it out there that they want to continue to mass report Gary's videos, which I'm gonna bring that up towards the end of the video. I want to start with the detractors, of course, get through the commentating of their videos that they want to talk about. Of course, we're talking about the fandom initiative because for some reason they always have something to say about the Ripperverse. But of course, as always, I'm going to say do not interact, communicate, post on anybody's social media, YouTube, or anything like that. Comment below all your thoughts and we'll have a discussion there. As always, we'll start off with the typical Ripperverse merch store here. You got your hoodies, you got your short box, you got your poster, you got your cover D, your shirts, hats, posters, cover B, cover A, etc., etc. As always, I'm going to keep continuing to show Blade Devil 2, Chains of Blood, over on Indiegogo as of recording of this video. Currently sitting at $85,175 with 842 backers and 42 days left to go. Said to be 90 to 95% complete as of the posting of this campaign, and I believe, from what I've heard, that shipping will begin shortly after the 60 days are up. You can, of course, get your Chains of Blood Limited cover wraparound edition. You're going to go through some artwork here. We'll go through all more stuff that we can show. 69 pages of story. Got your 2 supplemental stories there and there. You got your cover A's with Ashiyara card. Got your cover B with your Luna card. Got your cover C, which is the not safe for work cover B card. You get your Night Ashiyara card. You get your limited wraparound, which this half is the front, this half is the back, so it completely wraps around the entire book. I've already put in my order, got all 4 covers. I am happy with my purchase, and I'm most certain I will be happy with the story as it continues on. You get your Barashota card, of course, with this cover, and you get your Rain card with your, if you sign up for the pre-launch and back any physical perk. Of course, have some other stuff like Luna mouse pads, Ashiyara mouse pads. You got your Rain Daki Makura cover for your sheets or your bed cover pillow, I should say. Got your not safe for work version. You of course got your Luna. You got your not safe for work on the other side. You got Ashiyara with Ashiyara. Not safe for work on the other side. Right now, the only stretch goal currently is the 75,000, which they've already hit, and you get your exposed art print as well. You can also add Blade Devil 1 to this order that you make here as an add-on. If you want to get it sooner, go over to Sick Fox Studios Limited. Get your damaged copies. If you don't really care too much about the condition of your book, you can get it for $10 rather than getting it as an add-on and get it much, much sooner. So now we're going to go on over to the Rippaverse Goalposts Twitter account. We got some interesting videos we need to go through, interesting clips we're going to go through with the Fandom Initiative, those little weirdos over there. Let's go ahead. I do know that they made I believe Dane made a 21-minute video of Great Puppet. If you see this, good content for you to make with that. We have first actual fandom saying, I got no evidence, but I would place a lot of money on it being someone loosely affiliated, at least with Air July, creating a false secondary market, trying to make it look like these things are more wanted than they are. Yeah, there's really no inflated market, but I understand what you think about this right here with cover C and A from ISOM 2. Sure, why not? Pretty sure it was just somebody that bought it and just wanted to sell it.
Like, these are the most recent ones, so I'm wondering why they're even on eBay at all, because I feel like they're still in the shop, right?
Oh, no, because people buy them off of the website for the campaign, and then they immediately turn around and put them on eBay. Okay. Because, and they did that with the first issue as well, because part of it, like, I got no evidence, obviously, but, like, I would...
Yeah, typically number ones, they sell very well on the aftermarket. The number ones for ISOM still sell very well in the aftermarket, though.
Place a lot of money on it being someone loosely affiliated, at least, with Eric July creating a fucking falsely, false market, secondary market, right?
You have no evidence, yet you claimed that this is happening without evidence. So make it make sense. You literally just showed how dumb you are by saying you have no evidence and then presenting it as if you had evidence.
trying to make it look like these things are more wanted than they are. Like, so one thing that he's getting called out for, should be called out for more, is the fact that whenever he was promoting this, the campaign, he had said that there was a couple of covers that they were, let's see, what was it? So yeah, they had said that at a certain date they were not going to be selling these covers anymore on the website. That, like, basically if you didn't get them during the campaign, they weren't going to have have them in stock to just buy later on.
Right.
It literally says, your eyes aren't deceiving you while still limited and not receiving any reprints, which means they're not going to reprint the books as after all of them are gone. You can still get your item 2 covers A, B, and C, which cover C is no longer available, by the way, and the custom Ripperverse short box on our site shop for an extended period of time, as our thanks for hanging with us during that rough first week. Okay.
And then, at least
what's the problem with selling? I'm sorry for pausing it here, but what's the problem with selling the product you have?
22 days now, I think, later, there's advertising those comics with those covers. And,
they're not advertising cover C, by the way. It's actually been removed from the store already. But of course, you don't really do any research or pay attention, so of course you wouldn't know that.
It's not like against the law to do that or anything, but it's just notable that he didn't have enough. He probably ordered more than he needed. He probably thought he was going to sell more than he was going to be sold.
No shit, Sherlock. That's the most obvious answer, and you just figured it out. You figured it out in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Maybe I'm confused. I don't know a lot about the eBay culture, to be honest, but maybe I'm a little bit confused. These products didn't sell out. So why are they being sold on eBay like they are of value so soon? I'm really confused on that. Because the thing is, like, if you like the campaign, I think just ended a week ago or less than a week ago, maybe. So
20 days.
What is the purpose of reselling something on eBay? This isn't like the PlayStation 5 where these people were buying up every console and you couldn't get it anywhere. Like, you could literally just go to the Ripperverse site and order this stuff.
Yep. I mean, I don't see, I'm not an expert on this stuff either, so I don't see any logic.
You're not an expert on the stuff, but you're commenting on it. Okay. Normally, when you're not an expert on something, you don't comment on it, which is something I don't do. I don't comment on something I'm not an expert in or know at least a little bit about it, what's going on. But Eric, I totally get if something is sold on, there's demand for it, but it doesn't make any sense for something to be on eBay for more than what it costs to go buy it from the shop while it's still for sale. Well, cover C isn't still for sale. I'm just letting you know. Of course, he doesn't know that because they don't really pay attention.
We looked at where somebody literally.
I mean, look, I totally get if something is sold out and there's a demand for it, and people are like, "Oh, I really want that one cover of that issue of that comic." I totally understand that. I like, when it comes to music, I'm always looking for records and things like that are out of print. But it just doesn't make any sense to me for something to be on eBay for more than what it costs to just go buy it from the shop while it's still for sale.
$81.
Yeah, $135 from it would have been $135 from the Rippaverse store, and then it's being sold for $81, and that's
so. How do they even?
It's called putting up a bid and thinking it's going to sell for more, and it actually doesn't. That's not hard to figure out. Again, if you knew anything about how eBay works, that's typically how it would go with this situation here.
Like, what is the?
Well,
why would you buy it for 135 and then sell it for 81?
I don't know, except I really don't know, like, what the point of this is, man.
Also, what these people probably don't understand is this person could have also had discounts to get this merchandise too. They could have probably gotten it for a lot cheaper than what they've sold it for, which, by the way, they forget the fact that there's $12.90 shipping, which means it's sold actually for $93.90. But again, they don't know about those special discounts that Eric July offers for being a member on his website.
Also, wait, like an issue costs $130.
I think what it is they're sealed, never opened, signed.
They're
maybe
sealed too. Yeah, sealed. It has to be signed because otherwise, I think they're $35 an issue. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there must be something making it 130 because that's
I don't
insane.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
$30 is also insane for.
Again, this cover A right here is 35. They don't realize that cover C is there. That's the one that's $100. Which, when this was sold, I'm pretty sure cover C wasn't available for purchase anymore.
A comic book, I feel, but
Hey, it's got like 80 or 90 pages or something. But even though like 20 of those are ads for his wife's Etsy store and stuff, but whatever.
That's incorrect too, because there's actually no ads in this book, and it's 116 pages. Again, basic research would help your case here, but guys are not the smartest of the bunch, especially not Dane. He's one of the most dumbest people to talk about this at all.
Oh, no, they are not signed. Okay.
Oh,
well then why are they?
Oh, there's Vito.
$130.
The point is to try to get back some return on your failed investment before it goes to zero.
It'll never go to zero. And by the way, for you to say it's a failed investment, again, people have invested in your comic, Vito, and no one's actually received product. You try so hard to dunk on Eric July, meanwhile you haven't even put out a single product yet, and your product is delayed for 2 months. So for you to sit here and try to dunk on Eric July, it's very disingenuous of you to do so because you literally haven't put out a single product, and I can easily see Alpha Core being out before your comic Super Killer. Now, I'm not going to go out of my way to say it's a crappy comic when I never read it, unlike Buster Baxter did with Isom.
The regular cover is 35. The foil cover is 100. Fucking Christ, that's ridiculous.
Oh, the fact that they had to have Vito tell them basic information that could have been seen on their website.
You know what's even funnier to me is that it would be different if this was being shipped out from a third-party publisher or something. Mm-hmm. But he's in the warehouse where these comics are. He could sign every issue if he wanted, because he's probably there boxing up comics and stuff. So
yeah, he is.
At where somebody literally.
It's called making more money giving signed issues, which is what he had. He had a signature series that all sold out for covers A through D. He already did that. And he signed so many covers for the first Isom that he chose not to do as many this time around because it took a long time. So, again, basic information you can find out there. It's not hard to find. But of course, when you're dealing with weirdos on the internet like these guys, they don't actually do any research before they open their mouths. Isom could become good down the line if Eric July actually cared about making it good, which he's shown that he doesn't. You've never read the book. I can tell you never read the book. You're just spewing the same NPC talking points as every other detractor and weirdo on the internet. Eric, if Eric July were not the one behind the Isom comic, it would have never made it past the first issue. You don't know that. You're just talking semantics and you're guessing. You're assuming.
For me, I don't think they care about the writing or the artwork or any of that. They care about making a nice cover and selling you that as a collector's item. That's all it is.
That's definitely not true, but okay.
It's more about just owning Isom, than like enjoying it.
It's about owning the libs is what it's really about.
Yeah.
Back to owning the libs, because Dane doesn't know anything but NPC talking points. This is the same guy who still thinks that he works for the Blaze, he worked for Glenn Beck, he got money from Glenn Beck to fund this comic, even though that never happened.
Or the feeling that they're owning the libs when they're not, nobody gives a fuck.
And the thing is,
reason... Go ahead.
It's like after one issue, Isom could become good down the line if he actually cared about making it good, which he's shown that he doesn't. Whenever anyone criticizes it or gives him constructive feedback, someone who's actually knows stuff about stories or comics, I'm
pretty sure most people who give him criticism or what you call criticism aren't actual writers. None of these people are actual writers, because if they were actual writers, they would just make their own product rather than trying to critique someone else's work. Because all these people on the internet swear that they have business sense and swear they could do it better, yet none of them have multi-million-dollar campaigns, which is why I always say to them, where are your millions?
He just acts like a child instead.
I don't think it's ever going to be good.
No, I never.
I don't think it's ever going to be.
Sounds like your opinion.
Good. I mean, let's be honest.
It's like he would never even try to make it good. It's like that's not what he cares about.
Right. I have this is a bold claim. It's going to get clipped. I don't care. If Eric July were not the one behind the Isom comic, it would never have made it past the first issue.
Again, you don't know that. You're making an assumption. You're being very biased because you don't like Eric July. We understand that you're retarded, but you have to understand that you're also biased versus a product made by a person that you do not like.
No. I don't think that's like controversial.
That sounds like a compliment almost, but I know what you mean. It's
well, no, I mean, like, I believe, like you say, they're buying it because of the person that's making it, not because of what the content is.
Right.
Like,
yeah, they're buying it to support a content creator that they like and they believe in the product and the universe. That's why they're buying the product. That's exactly why I bought the product. And I believe both Isom comics were good. I think 2 was better than 1. There you go.
Yeah, and like what it symbolizes.
Yes.
Well, it's like this is the woke killer.
Well, and as I always point out,
it's never been advertised as anti-woke.
I think it's fucking crucial to point out, like, as much as possible. If he was a YouTuber who covered, I don't know, fucking swords or underwear or something, like whatever, anything but comics, and then he decided
coffee. That's another move.
And then he decided to make a comic book. That comic book wouldn't sell. The only reason that this comic has sold anything is because he spent years shitting on professional comic books and comic book creators.
He spent years shitting on garbage comic books that have garbage stuff like, well, my pronouns are this and my pronouns are that, and men are terrible, men are bigots, all that nonsense that I've read. I've seen all that garbage that he's reviewed. All right, I'm sorry you don't see any of that stuff because your biases are showing, but come on, everyone with a brain can see the nonsense of these trash modern comics that are coming out. Most of them, anyway.
Mainstream shit, like, for years, building an audience of resentment, and just like, it was just, they were primed for it. All he had to do was go, I've got a comic book now. And they're like, oh shit,
you got that AstroTurf over there, the AstroTurf.
That's not what he had to do. He had to build an audience. He had to build an audience through being honest, being trustworthy, being, what's the word? Honest, trustworthy, and transparent about what he's doing, about who he is as a content creator. He doesn't beat around the bush and try to toe the line. He tells you exactly what he's doing. He tells you exactly what's on his mind. He doesn't give a crap what anybody thinks. Especially not weirdos like you guys. Y'all are all weirdos.
That you promised me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
really what it was.
It's also what he marketed the comic book.
No, he didn't. He never marketed the comic book as anti-woke. He marketed the comic book as being a return to form and entertainment with grounded heroes and just action-packed fun. That's all he marketed it as. Again, basic research is very hard for dummies like y'all. Dummies. Complete dummies. Eric, where's the excitement about his character, about his powers, and what can he do? You would know if you read the book. I have not seen Eric July make a video where he talks about anything related to Isom as a character. He does live streams. Again, basic research is hard for you. He gets annoyed when you ask him about it.
What he was marketed based on.
He's marketing a warehouse and shipping and boxes and things like that. That's what he's marketing. I've never...
Wow, marketing that you'll receive your product perfectly, undamaged, having nice shipping. Yeah, that's definitely not something you should do at all, right? Right, Mr. Eric, who has a business? Oh, wait, you don't have a business because your business would fail, be dead on arrival.
I mean, if you look at his page, and trust me, I mean, I try not to look at it as often as I used to, but typically it's talking about the business side of it. And he's admitted himself that that's what he likes about it. He made a video where he talked about what he loves is the business side of doing all of this. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with saying, I want to do the business stuff, right?
Yeah.
He enjoys the business stuff and the creative stuff. Again, I can't believe I have to keep repeating myself that basic research is very hard for you guys before you discuss a topic.
But that doesn't make you the creative person either.
And that's also what most people, people that really read comics and value the stories and the characters, the shit that he claims is, that Marvel and DC are like ruining or whatever.
He doesn't claim that. He literally buys the garbage comics so that nobody else has to waste their money on garbage comics, garbage material, and goes through them and makes videos on said garbage material.
they don't give a shit. I mean, people care about that stuff, sure. Like it's a thing to pay attention to, but like you have to. Yeah, like I don't know that I've ever seen him do a video where he's just like, not that I watch his videos or anything, but I'm pretty sure he has
excitement about his character.
Oh, you never seen his videos, but somehow you know he doesn't make videos on something.
Where's the excitement about talking about his powers and what he can do and all the things about the character? I have not seen him make a video where he talks about anything related to Isom as a character.
He actually gets like annoyed when you ask him about it.
Yes.
Because he wants to not hold your hand. He's said this multiple times. He wants you to purchase the comic book so you can learn it on your own. He said it plenty of times. He does not want to hold the audience's hands like modern Marvel and DC do. He's doing it differently.
Whereas like if you've just put out a comic book, right, and then someone's like, "Oh, I didn't quite understand like his powers, right? Like what
did you see him do? What did you see him do in the pages, right?
Yeah. It's like wouldn't you also be excited to
He actually does answer questions. Again, they don't do any research.
talk about your own comic book? You know, it's like, well, let me tell you some of my vision, you know, but it's like he gets annoyed whenever you try to ask him about the story and the characters.
Dane likes to bring up this dumb slide about how Isom 2 made less money than Isom 1. First of all, Isom 1 had more items to purchase on the campaign. Secondly, it's more well known by most people who read comics, because you like to claim you read a lot of comic books and you do this thing you like to do here, where you like to say, oh, he made less money. Yeah, most number 2s make less money than the first one, because those are number 1s. And again, Eric has basically said he expects the second campaign to do less. His expectations were that right there, because he knows how the comic industry works. That's why he can do this successfully.
I need to update this because I did do it like, I don't know, a week and a half or so before the end of the campaign, but it didn't end up a whole lot better than, you know, what it looks like.
No, they wouldn't have been called woke. All of you dumbasses don't understand why stuff is called woke. You don't know the definition of woke, and then you spew out their garbage, acting like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Woke has to do with things like gender swap, race swap, sexuality swap of well-established characters. Isom being originally black does not mean woke. Woke would be if Isom was white and then race swapped to black, which is what they've done with characters like Batman and Superman. You absolute morons. And this is why I say all the time, the people you surround yourself always define your intelligence. And these people do not surround themselves with intelligent people that know what they're talking about.
Like here,
we've already talked like Unky Claw. We've talked about that a lot, like the cover with Yaira on it and a black superhero. If that was any other comic book company, they would have attacked it most likely.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't have attacked it because Isom is an original black character and Yaira is originally a woman character. You dumbass.
I would bet money on it.
Yep. That was a Marvel.
You bet money on that, you're going to lose your money.
Movie, like just the cover.
You are going to lose your money immediately because you're wrong. You're incorrect. We also have Joe Veteran who says, I don't know if you're really affiliated with the Ripperverse. Again, making assumptions. But down the pits of the algorithm you go. I effing hate WID posts. It's obvious that all you people do is just farm engagement. Which Rippaverse Goalposts responds, do chill, your argument would be more credible if I was verified and getting thousands of comments under my post. Want to go after a true engagement farmer? Look at this person. Epitome of engagement farming. But now we're going to move over to Dragon Age 2 FTW, one of Geeks and Gamers' long lost haters and detractors who want to say a bunch of nonsense, of course, because that's what they do. They like to start stuff up all the time. Starting with this. Nina, which is Nina Infinity, saying Hollywood is full of these people. Hollywood, okay, we're getting rid of a lot of them. Nina, no, only get rid of the ones I don't like. Something, Matrix, subscribe for more crying about pronouns, which, again, it wasn't a big deal. It didn't matter, remember, but they're still crying about it weeks later. Weeks later. It doesn't have a $130 million budget. It has like, I think, closer to $271 million, which they, without adding marketing. Anyway, this was Mala responding to this person, Louise Julie, who claims that he was stealing her content even though it was protected under fair use, and she failed to understand what fair use is and went in to protect him until she got called out for her garbage post. To which Josh Freedmaster, which is a big detractor of Eric July in the Ripperverse, go F yourself, you pretentious pig. You hate people having fun. Go back to your hole. Yeah, because he'll go back to his hole where he's making money hand over fist, breaking down movies. He appeals to people's insecurities more often than anything. I was pulled into it for a while before the whole situation in softball. I don't know who that is. And let's see. Bro, just give up. We get it. You don't understand the show. This is him responding to Gary making a joke about Ahsoka. Let's just pull up the post real quick. Where he says, that was the worst reunion of two characters most people have never heard of, which he's referring to Ezra Bridger and Sabine, I think. So, yeah, most people haven't seen Rebels. That's what the joke is. He's saying that park revenue's been great, Bleeding Fool is lying, which I'm pretty sure they're not. Let's see. Again, you retweet Matt Binder. I'm pretty sure this is the guy that said up to 9 months or something like that. No, that was, yeah, I think it was this guy who said up to 9 months you can delete a baby out of the womb. I'm pretty sure that was that guy. Anyway, the right versus the left on memes. Bunch of crap doesn't work. One joke. Again, he's never living it down because apparently in Baldur's Gate 3 they have an update coming out where you can use a mirror to change your appearance, and apparently they put pronouns. You could change your pronouns because, again, it's dumb. It was fun. This is Gary saying it was fun while it lasted. Did not feel the need to rush back. Talking about Hollywood studios, writers near agreement to end strike. Hope to finalize deal Thursday. To which, of course, Josh has Gary secretly breathing a sigh of relief because without Hollywood, he'd find another job. No, he wouldn't. He has plenty of stuff he could talk about that have nothing to do with Hollywood. He also has Friday Night Tights, so nah, he doesn't. Martini says the fact YouTube allowed him and G&G to stay on their website while they made hundreds of views, basically harassing Brie Larson, is effed up. It's so frustrating to see YouTube take action for nonsense, but then let these bigots up and about because they bring in profit for them. Keep crying. That's all I have to say. Keep crying. This is Gary talking about his video getting taken down, which as of recording this video, it's actually back up. And the strike is gone, I believe. This video was taken down called It's the End of Woke Hollywood as We Know It, and I Feel Fine. To it, again, Josh Friedmaster. Gary got hit with copyright. While it was probably BS, it does show that YouTube careers can be taken away easily. So, of course, why would I expect anything less? And, of course, this guy fully admitting that, all right, boys, time to mass report other videos of his. Send them back to whatever fast food job he crawled out of. So because you have opinions on things, you should lose your livelihood on YouTube, according to this guy. According to this piece of garbage, right? Of course, I'm pretty sure pronouns in bio, all your disabilities, all that nonsense you want to talk about. Having disgusting banners like that, gross. Gross. Absolutely gross. This is, of course, another one of Eric July's detractors that fails all the time. If it really is the quote end of woke Hollywood, it isn't. Shouldn't you be really nervous about that since your entire livelihood relies on crying about the movie/shows that woke Hollywood creates? What will your grift become if they don't make any more movies for you to cry about? Well, there are creators out there that are making independent movies, independent games, and people like Tom Cruise who actually make great movies. Appreciate his fans when people watch his movies all the time. So it's not a grift. It's not a grift. It's never been a grift. These people continue to use the word grift like they know what it means, and it really, to them, it just means people who make money off their opinions. This is absolutely garbage, and this is absolutely unacceptable for people to be calling to be mass reported, for calling for Gary, who is a great, humble person, if you meet him in real life, that for you to be saying that he should be mass reported and taken off of YouTube is absolutely disgusting. Also acting like he can't just move over to Rumble and continue to do the same thing, and you can't do shit about it. So I think you people are garbage. I think all of Eric July's detractors are garbage. I think all of Gary's and Geeks and Gamers detractors and haters are garbage people. and they'll continue to expose themselves on social media and continue to get called out. So now it comes to the end of the video. I appreciate you all for watching this far. Thank you all for checking it out. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you're not subscribed, and I've seen a big percentage of people who watch my videos are not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that way you get notifications. When you set the bell to all, you can get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream. Comment below what you feel about all this, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.